We pick up in the land of Merida. After a long and rigorous journey, bonding amongst your core and getting to know each other better after a nice rainy day back in Adizia, you arrive in this religious hub. After splitting off into your own individual groups and letting your commander go off to take care of his own business, you each go into two separate directions. Where we left off with the girls, we found, well, the girls plus Rogan, we found a bar fight and most likely the source of the Monarch's venom. Now, where will the boys take us? Would you like to leave off?
We the boys will
The boys.
go
The boys,
find
boys.
the boys, the homies, the big dogs,
The man in the man cave.
the
My
men,
Fridays
bomb's
are
gonna
for the
fall.
boys.
Fridays are for the
Omegle
boys.
men.
The Omegle men. That is.
The Omegle men. Sure.
What did I do?
The
Oh, my
Omegle
audio
men
just
with
switched.
Josh. Oh yeah, Josh is gonna
There
go
we
in
go.
Omegle with
Okay,
us.
so if I
Anyways,
remember correctly, it's you two and Josh, right?
yeah, us
Yes.
and
Yeah,
Josh.
you two and
Pretty
Josh.
sure.
All right, I'm just
I
gonna
don't
say,
think we
hey,
went with anyone
Josh,
else.
smell anything funny? Yeah.
Josh is going to take that completely literally, and he is going to begin smelling for the closest jester hall. Roll
Nice.
D20.
What
So
now?
he gets advantage.
Why? Because he's a bear.
Wow, he did shit on both of those rolls. Yeah. His snoot's acting up a little bit. He's being overwhelmed by all the sense of,
Drugs.
sure, I was gonna say like street food stuff in this
street food,
in this
yeah.
entirely religious city, and all the cultural foods here that are very spiced in Merida. And he is his big old snoot is a little bit thrown off by all that.
Hey, Declan, I don't see cigarettes in my
I did odd
Inventory.
cigars.
Oh, other possessions. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I got odd cigars. Question: can I buy like normal cigars that I can actually smoke?
You can try to use them as normal cigars. For those of you that don't know, in Session 0, as the heroes made their daring escape onto the boat from the port town, they had previously tumbled with Shrek and Fiona in a previous Session 0, where we got to test the waters a little bit. And they found themselves in possession of a whole bag of odd cigars. So, would Ziel attempt to smoke said cigars?
Why not?
Not that we do. We here is a disclaimer for the school: we do not encourage smoking in any way, shape, or form.
Whoa!
Coming back to it. Anyways, you fully grown adults with wills of your own that are clearly morally reprehensible. Go ahead, take a hit.
Do I roll anything for it?
Roll Constitution for your
Alright.
lungs.
+1. I got
Oh,
a
God.
6.
You roll a 6. You take a big old puff, and you are hacking and wheezing as it goes straight to your lungs, and your untouched, unsmoken, perfect baby lungs get all, oh god, they are infected by the smoke. And now roll another Constitution roll for me that is unrelated from this one for purely comedic reasons.
I got a 7.
Oh god. Okay, sure.
Just counting.
As you breathe in the cigar, after lighting it up with what I'm assuming was the help of our good friend Zen with a flaming finger, you breathe in the smoke.
dude, just druidcraft, dude.
Okay, sure. You druidcraft a little flame on your finger, and you light it up just like that. And you snap your fingers, and the flame disappears. As you take in a breath of this smoke, you can tell something's immediately wrong. As it travels down your throat, it burns a little. And as it goes into your lungs, it begins to hurt. And not just
Ouch.
because you'd never smoked anything before, but it begins to physically feel like something is searing away at the skin, even just slightly.
So
And
That's a
as you
JoJo
and
reference.
as it hurts,
don't
and as you begin to
suppose- All
and
right.
as you begin to hack and wheeze up the smoke, it is not like what you'd normally see in like the cloudy gray. It is dark soot black, and with one enormous wheeze, your lungs are evacuated of this fiery red flame that begins to fill the courtyard where you were standing, and it grabbed some serious attention. Also take 1d4 fire damage.
I have to roll that. All right. One.
Yep.
Oh
I
my.
was gonna say, what are the odds I can like cast shield? I guess
On
not.
yourself?
Yeah.
Would you want to cast shield on yourself and seal the fire in and scorch your entire body?
I got a nat
That's
4 out of 4.
That's 4 points of fire damage.
It's
to
fine.
your
I'm
lungs
at
directly.
27 health. That's more than Lauren has
Um,
ever had.
Your lungs feel scorched, and from this point onward, you are going to have disadvantage against anything that is trying to infect your lungs or any smoke inhalation type deals. So that is a permanent damage to your lungs.
I have
Um,
cancer.
Ouch.
What if
I'll
I get
put
like
that in the notes.
Jeez.
what if I get like healing spells on me? Would
If
that
you could technically, since we are in a fantasy realm, you could use a lesser restoration spell if you find a healer. But other than that, it's a
Yeah,
no-go.
I want to point out straight up,
Yeah.
cancer can be healed in fantasy realms with a
Wow.
strong enough
Probably, yeah.
spell. Yeah, no, because it's called
That's-
curses. They're called curses most like.
Actually, no. Curses
Well,
and actual
No.
Yeah.
physical ailments are technically different,
Well,
but there are a lot of spells that take away. There's literally a spell called Cure Disease,
Don't smoke,
Wow.
kids.
and it does exactly that.
you don't smoke because then you have to find
moral-
a
moral
magical
of the
mage
story.
to heal yourself.
Yeah,
The only
moral of
problem
the
with
story,
that is-
don't smoke, don't do drugs.
Don't smoke,
don't
or else
ever-
you're gonna have permanent disadvantage on smoke inhalation checks.
Wow.
I mean, I got
Permanent
better than I thought I
disadvantage.
would. I thought you were gonna be like, you now have disadvantage anytime you do any athletic skill, and I was like,
Oh my god, that's insane! No, that's way too harsh a punishment. But seriously, don't
I
do
was
drugs,
like,
kiddos.
bruh, I smoked it once.
Don't do drugs, kiddos, or else your lungs will set on fire and smoke.
No matter what your friends say, smoking doesn't make you cool. It makes you die
just
sooner.
makes
Yeah, it
you,
makes you look
it just makes you breathe fire and scorches your
makes
lungs.
you look more of a loser than you already are.
So you guys are in the middle of this courtyard, and you have visibly just breathed out fire, and you can see people are starting to chat amongst themselves, and they are very, very nervous about the fact. Roll a insight check. Either one.
Insight?
Insight.
That's -1. My luck with rolls has not been going very good.
Either one of you can roll an insight check.
Oh, Zen, you do it. Roll an insight check, Chris.
I'm back. What?
Insight.
Zen has
All
a. Well, he's better than you. He has nothing to insight.
All right, he got a nat 1 though.
Okay, whatever. It's probably nothing. They don't care. Why do you care? They're just some random people.
Can I roll? What can I do here? What can I spells? What can I do here?
Try something.
Can I stab someone?
What? What
I
the
mean-
hell? Where does that come from?
It would
How does
distract-
that relate to the
it
current
would-
condition?
It will distract from the fact that I just
Let me.
breathed
Wow,
fire.
I just breathed fire and kind of got a little bit of attention. Huh? What would de-escalate the situation? Let me stab someone.
I mean, it would get the attention away from the.
It would get. You think that stabbing someone would
Wow.
evade attention?
Well, no, their attention would be now on the fact that I stabbed them, not on the fact that fire came out of my mouth.
That's definitely the direct. That's definitely the direct course of action. I should mention we're in a fantasy world where people breathe fire all the goddamn time.
You're right. Oh wait,
Yeah,
okay.
normal. Don't worry about it.
I'll be
I
like,
feel like you guys forget we're in a world where dragon people are just like around.
all
Yeah,
right,
he does
I'm-
that sometimes.
There does seem to be
Wait,
some sort of weird.
Can I
stigma
cast
that people-
mending on myself?
No,
Whoa.
Damn it.
Oh.
you're not an object.
All right.
And we're not getting into semantics about that because I know you're going to try and argue.
No. Let's move on with the subject.
All right,
Um,
Zen. I cast
yeah.
Druidcraft. There's a small little thing of fire. Use control flames to make it look like we're all breathing fire like crazy. All right. All
Oh
right.
yeah. All right.
That's our course of action. I whisper to him in his ear.
All right. So,
I cast
oh my
Druid.
gosh. Roll. Okay.
Why are you rolling for control fire?
Am I not supposed to?
Declan, does he roll?
Oh wait, no, I don't.
No, I think
mean,
it's
no.
a cantrip, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
should
it's a
be able
cantrip.
to
Never
use it
mind.
whenever.
I don't have to roll. Okay. Yeah.
If you
Flame
want to make it
control.
look like you're all breathing fire, I mean, no, I'm not going to make you roll deception for that because in a way you would technically just be kind of breathing
Doing it?
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Yeah.
make you. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
So we all
He
just
ain't fooling
we all
nobody.
just give like I'm just be like 3, 2, 1, roar, and we all give a roar, and he fires everything. I hit my mic. I am so sorry.
Josh gets up on his hind legs and does like the huge grizzly bear like roar, and he like a huge plume of fire emits. Zen, what kind of flare do you want to put to your flame?
I'm thinking of a bit of a red and blue color.
Okay, sure. So you
They
do
don't
a
mix well.
a multicolored flame as you strut a strongman pose and just breathe out fire.
Ugh.
Zeal, would
Oh,
you also like
okay.
to breathe fire again with the help of control flames?
Sure.
Okay.
I look at the people looking at us and blow directly at them. It's not going to reach them because control fire has a limit. But that's what I'm going to do.
You do a little like scare them, like, "Ooh, it's fire! I'm gonna
Yeah,
get you."
like
But,
I bring attention to them. I'm like,
they like
what are you going to do
scuffle
about
back
it?
and they like take a few steps back, but they realize that it wouldn't have hit them anyway. They're just kind of pissed off that you're being a kind of a prick.
I'm not being a big prick. They're being a prick. I'm looking at since I don't have a javelin.
as they see you like breathing fire, a man with like a huge glaive. He's definitely a monk. A monk starts to approach you, and he's definitely a monk warrior. He's like a monk soldier or something. And he approaches you. He's like, "Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you stop doing that. That's like not cool.
Can I
Is he an
stab him?
airbender?
You're freaking everyone out."
Can I roll perception to try and see the consequences of stabbing him?
Is he an airbender?
Besides being in the military and having to uphold the military values, or else
Yes.
you'll get like
Yes.
What's it called? Court-martialed.
No, I want to roll
Probably
perception to see how bad of a deal this guy is. Like
Sure.
how I got a 15.
Okay, you can tell just by looking at him, he's not just some random dude with a spear. This is the formal military of Merda. They are governed entirely by seemingly a theology. So they're ruled by monks and worshippers, and it seems that the military of Merida is entirely comprised of monk warriors. So this would be the same as killing or harming another member of the military and would definitely get you court-martialed or straight up executed.
All right, I don't suppose Josh has any tracking skills.
Josh definitely has tracking skills. He's a bear.
Yeah, that's sorry. I meant the opposite. I was gonna like Josh is track. All right, can we follow him? Can we follow him?
Yeah.
Like
First,
if
you're
he's
gonna
important.
have to convince him to go away, like convince him that you're not gonna do this again.
Okay,
Shoo, get out of here.
I'll be like, all right, fine. Do I have to persuasion or performance? They're both +3. I assume I should
Are
roll.
you go? That depends on if you're going to stop.
Yeah, we'll
we
stop. It was a spell.
Okay.
For now.
Yeah, it's whatever. You can just
we'll
say
stop.
it.
It's no worry. Sorry. Look,
My apologies.
I'm sorry you stick up your butt, but
Okay, now roll persuasion. Now you gotta roll persuasion.
I apologize for how
I
much
got a
of a
15.
little scary child you are.
Let me roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
Got a 9.
I see you're versed in the customary stick up the butt of the Meridians. How are you so well versed in our culture?
You see, I've traveled very far from one place to another on a boat. So you meet a few people like that. I didn't, but some
I'm
people
a man of
do.
culture.
I trust that someone so versed in our culture will continue to act wisely and especially not use the forces of fire within these walls. You know how it makes the people of our nation. Anyways,
Yeah, so we're following him because it's mages that are
Yeah.
dying, right? Mages keep
Huh?
being killed. High mages keep being killed or something.
Yes, he's not a mage. He's just a monk. So basically,
Yes.
some
Yeah.
So
just really good
monk.
fighting.
So monk saying, "Hey,
About
we don't like people using magic." Sort of suspicious. So we're gonna
He never
follow
said
him.
that he didn't like magic, but yes, you can follow him. Roll stealth. If
All
you
right.
want
My
to either
stealth
roll
is
stealth
+2.
or to roll as like a party.
We can roll individually, but I have a +2, so we're gonna roll individually. We're gonna roll individually. Zen, Chris.
Zen roll, and I guess we'll also roll um for your boy.
Well, no, I don't want to fall. I wanted to track him. That's why I asked about the tracking skills.
Yeah, okay. So wait, actually, are you trying to like shadow him or are you trying to just like blatantly follow him?
I mean, like, let him leave, then 5 minutes later, follow his footsteps.
Okay, I guess that works. So do you want to like not hide this at all that you're tracking someone?
No, I guess not. No, we're gonna blatantly
Okay,
follow him.
so you're just gonna blatantly follow be tracking people through the city.
Wait,
People definitely
actually,
notice.
no. I can just be like, hey, we're new here. Can you take us to like base operations so we can talk to your military to military? Because we're from the military. And
So
I
do
think
you just want to do this to some random person on the street?
no, I want to do this to the guy who has a stick up his butt.
Yeah. What is it?
Hi, so we're from our military. So military.
Oh,
So we
oh,
may be like,
are you from Adizia?
yeah, that one.
Oh,
That's the
thank God.
place.
We've been waiting for you guys for like a week now. Thank God. Uh so what do you need?
Could you just
We're
take
so
us to
happy to
like
finally have you.
headquarters so we could talk around, get some more information, maybe?
Oh, yeah. We're waiting on your commander, Commander Corvin. He's yet to arrive, but yeah, I can definitely take you there.
I have no idea where he is. But yeah, I'll come along. And then I
Totally.
gesture for the other Jew to follow because I've become the pseudo leader.
Yeah, a full ass bear. I mean, a full freaking bear, and
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
smallest and the youngest probably, but I'm just like, hey, come on,
a
I'll let you know.
dude with massive like bony wings, and just some dude start walking through the city.
some dude, just some random guy.
You've got like some random human being followed by like this buff like
It looks like I'm like some sort of
shirtless
important guy.
fallen angel with like these massive horns and like these skeletal wings and like a full grown grizzly bear start walking behind you and after the monk. And definitely you guys are stirring up some chatter. You can notice that. Especially with your spectacle in the square.
Fire.
So yeah. So you guys can go right ahead and progress. I should probably mention, by the way, this guy is a fire genasi. He's very you can tell that like his skin has like an orangish tinge to it.
A what?
And as you follow him, you can feel like he's like giving off rays of heat.
That's the
He's
girl
like
that's named such with an A who's silver rank in the duelist league, right?
Hippolyta. Yeah,
That.
she is also a member of your military
She's a
corps.
fire genasi, right?
Yeah, she's
All
a
right.
fire genasi.
Firebender?
Hippolyta. I mean, technically, that's basically what they are. There's 4 types of genasi: earth,
Oh,
fire, water,
no.
air. So pretty much, they're pretty much just elementals.
Long
the 4
ago, the four Genasis lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the fire Genasi attacked.
Oh no, they
Da-da.
always hated each other. I mean, but that's besides the point. Just a little bit of lore there. Genasis are actually not directly elementals, but they are the children of elementals and various different types of humans or elves or stuff like that. So carry on.
All right, so we get to the place, I assume, unless you want us to roll for things as we walk there.
No, you guys just arrive. If there's anything else you want to ask him on the walk to the actual headquarters of the military, the barracks.
No, I'm good. Took me a second.
Okay,
Took me a second.
so you guys trot on along, and as you make your way to the actual military headquarters, you start looking around. You also notice again that Corvin's not there, as he said he would be. But besides that, you arrive, and so you said you wanted to ask questions. You just wanted to get here to like see
I
what it
want to
was
get
all
here
about.
to snoop around, if I'm being honest.
You can roll investigation.
All right, I roll investigation. That is a +1, I believe.
Okay, so
Yes.
glad you guys can make it here. I'll just see my way off. I still got a few more patrols to do. Just if
Have
you
a nice
see your
day.
commander,
And I got a
yeah.
16 for investigation.
If you see your commander, send him to the main office. He's still needed. And as you do that, you start snooping around.
All right.
And as you snoop around here, you notice that so around the city, you had noticed that there were a lot of smashed statues, and you can tell by the statues that are here, these are what is remaining of those statues, like encased in glass and just like set up on display as cultural nods to the origins of Merida, and engraved with the same runes on the flying orb that lays the gates of Merida are tiny statues of the Efridi. The Efridi being the fire genies of this world, native to the elemental plane of fire, who would sometimes migrate to Earth to obviously go about their business, and in this case, have lots of Genasi kids. So you can tell that this place, at one point or another, was the ancestral home of the Genasi. Yet it seems that all of the statues of their ancestors, the Afridi, have been smashed, and the only remaining artifacts of it lie in the headquarters, seemingly run by the government.
Okay, now completely random. Can I roll religion to ask the god of knowledge if he knows what happened to Corvin?
You do not have any prior affiliation with the God of Knowledge. If you would like to reach out to the God of Knowledge, that's going to take some work. That's going to take like a cleric level at least.
Can I just reach out to any god to see if anyone knows? Like,
you can pray to a god, or you could just like, I don't know, find someone that knows, that is in the Church of the God of Knowledge.
How about can you pray? Can you pray to spirits? Hi, Chris. Can you pray to spirits? Is that a thing?
Certain spirits, yes, like fey beings, fiends, certain like actual like ghost spirits.
Can I pray to like whatever would have the best knowledge of where Corvin is? Can I just send a prayer out for someone to tell me where Corvin is and just hope someone replies?
Roll religion. I'm not opposed to letting it.
I got a 14. I suppose that fails.
That fails.
Yeah.
If I'm going to say that just via the virtue of giving it your best try, rolling religion.
Can I get a little Fey friend at some point? Can I befriend a Fey?
You can, if you get the find familiar spell. Sure, you can get a Fey friend or whatever, like a pixie or something.
Fun. I want to
actually.
Like,
there could be certain
a pixie.
Fey
I want a pixie. That's my new goal. I don't care about your campaign. I want a pixie. Great. I don't care about the bag of holding. I want a pixie.
Do you have the find familiar spell?
No, but can I buy scrolls?
Yes, actually. But they are quite expensive.
How expensive?
Let me Google that real quick. So describe to me what you want to try to like do to find someone that would vendor a pixie scroll.
I assume there's not spells shops here. Would there be?
If you do, you could probably find a mage that does sell their scrolls getting from time to time.
Can I ask in the monk military of monks? Can I be like, hey, do you know any mages here that have familiars?
You can ask around.
Yeah,
I'd say they're
like
with advantage. Obviously,
I'm in the headquarters.
You don't have to roll.
I'm in the headquarters. I feel like someone would be like, oh yeah.
Headquarters. The headquarters is like this huge, like it used to be a temple. You can tell it used to be a temple to something. You don't know what thing that might be, but you take a look around. You find there's obviously the warrior monks that protect this place. There seems to be a few scholars that just like write down notes that the military would need, a few political officials, stuff like that. You can tell that there's a lot of people dressed in common clothes. Given the recent murders, it would be hard to assume that people would go about flaunting the fact that they were mages unless they were competent enough to actually.
Yeah, that's why I want to ask like the people in the military if there's someone in their military who can use familiars.
Okay, I should mention that a first level spell scroll costs 50 gold pieces.
50 gold? I have 42 gold.
I should also mention that
Can I give some to Liam?
I should also mention that
Ziel.
duelists of certain levels get discounts from certain vendors once they reach a certain level of duelist, and they get cash money prizes.
All right, Declan, I know one of the one-offs
Wow.
we're filming this week.
Huh?
I know one of the one-offs me and Declan are filming this week.
It's going to be a Rocky-esque story of Ziel.
Yeah. just
You're the best around.
No one's ever gonna take you down. Yeah,
if you want to, we're gonna have shout out to anyone
mind.
watching right now. Get ready for the Rocky one-off.
Hell
where
yeah!
I get a familiar and and discounts in shops. The quest,
and we're gonna
the
be
quest for
making
pets
the song.
and ranks.
Okay, so Liam, woo. So you
Awesome,
take a
fellas.
look around.
Haha. Sorry. Oh, damn, page not found. Okay, sorry, never mind.
So you see the various types of people in this little temple thing. Would you like to do anything more, or is this where you'd like to end up?
Did I already ask about the like scroll vendor and all that?
Who would you like to ask? There's the various scholars.
Guards.
There's the guards. Okay,
people in the military, they would know.
You go up to a random guard and you ask around. You're like, "Hey, what do you say?"
Hi, I came from Sure Health Canada. I'm kidding.
Oh my god. Sure Health Canada? You mean that secret cult that lives in the mountains?
No, I'm kidding.
That try to steal all your money and then murder you?
Oh,
The ones that have their Looney Tunes.
no, I come from the Odyssean military, and I was wondering if there were any scroll vendors around here.
Okay, I'm gonna need a little more proof that you're from the Odyssean military. No offense.
The Duelist League is military
Edge.
only, right?
No, it's anyone available. I'm gonna need a little more proof.
Do I have a badge?
Show them your
You don't-
badge.
Corvin would
Wait, we
have
don't
your
have badges?
paperwork. You don't have military
Aw.
uniforms, no.
Corvin would have my paperwork.
Because I'm Mexican.
Maybe he would know if he was here.
Corvin? Like
yeah,
Commander
like
Corvin?
Commander Corvin.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll tell you
should
what,
be
if you
here.
can prove to
The
me
only
that you
Corbin we
know, if you know Commander Corbin on like an intimate level where you would be like friends, then you can tell me.
I know Jesus Christ.
Ah, yes,
he
Jesus
does
Christ.
not have apple juice.
I actually know Jesus.
Yeah, everyone knows.
I remember Jesus. Okay, if you can find Jesus too.
Find him.
It's been a
He's
while.
back in Odyssea.
Me and
Oh,
me
okay,
and
damn.
me and Jesus go way back.
He's in a different
Oh,
regiment.
Jesus.
Do I have any proof at all besides actually having to find Corvin?
Tell you what, if you can name one personal fact about Corbin,
He is a halfling.
that's not
There's
personal.
henna tattoos.
Not personal.
Oh yeah, that's
If
he's
you
the
can
tattoo
say
guy.
why,
He's
if
the
you can
tattoo
say
guy.
why
It's because
he
of his like
wears
religion or
tattoos.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his culture.
Really.
Okay, yeah. That I'll say that's fair enough. Yeah. So Corbin
Oh my gosh.
wears his henna tattoos because of his halfling culture. I'd say that's close enough. Yeah, he's pretty
he has
devoted
a big
to his
family.
Yeah, he's devoted to his family and their
Yeah.
cultural traditions. So that's why he wears those tattoos. I'd say yeah. Okay. So so you're a buddy of Corbin. You're in the West Wind Court.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're
I
going
didn't actually know
to.
that.
Yeah.
You see, you know about you. The fact that you're here tells me that you know about the whole mage thing.
mages are
We have-
dying
Yeah.
quite
we-
gruesomely.
Yeah, we really need your help with that. But that's besides the point. Right now, we need to. I want to get you in contact with a mage, but the problem is as I've established now, we've had some spy problems, and we're not entirely sure who we can trust. So
I
as
have
much
a
as
good
I'd
idea,
like
I
to lead
say.
you straight to a mage, anyone could be listening.
Can I be very childish and like just jump up and down with my hand up, going, "Ooh, I have an idea! I have an idea!"
Yes.
All right.
He like points to your hand. And he's like, "Yes."
What if we got a mage, right? And we gave him like a small group of people. And we all dressed up like friends, and we went out to dinner, and we talked, spoke, and had fun. And then we all protected and waited around with him to see. Like,
So you're saying we set up an ambush?
Yeah, and we can all
a Trojan horse in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
The Trojan horse in this world, of course, being the horse that
oh my gosh
that sprinted through the halls of the gods, and however it was disguised as a human, so no one knew that it was in fact a horse. Troy, of course, being its name. Troy the horse.
Yeah.
Who infiltrated the halls of the gods.
Yes, that Troy the horse. Yeah,
our very own Troy horse.
You know the man.
We act like we're civilians. We're acting like we're civilian mages, but really, three of us could be fighters or more, because we could have more than three. And you know, the more the merrier, and the less likely it is to all be spies. Like, if you put like 3 guys, there's a chance that one of them's a spy. That's 1 on 3. Put like 20 guys and one of them's a spy. That's 1 on 19.
So you're saying that we
throw a dinner party. Throw a dinner party. Yeah.
And try to like tell them who the mage is.
Yeah, well, like we could do like magic tricks. We do a little magic show where y'all show up.
Okay, I like your idea. Yeah, we could totally do that. I'm down for that. And tell you what did you want to buy from that mage?
I want a familiar finding scroll.
Money.
You know what? I'm gonna say that if you pull this off, we can probably get that handled for you if you can pull off this little operation. Yeah. So yeah, totally. We meet me in the war room. We'll talk this over. Right. I think this is a great idea. And we're going to transition back over to the bar, where a fist is currently flying for your face, Elanor. A huge half-orc or half-ogre fist.
I mean, isn't Hippolyta there? Can't she?
If you want Hippolyta to take the blow for you, you can do that.
No, sorry. Because in the last episode, she was
in the last episode where we hold on, Hippolyta disguised as a narc, I mean a cop, pulls up.
We do not condone the doing of drugs.
We do not condone the doing of drugs. Anyways, Hippolyta, disguised as a cop, starts to pull up. She is very convincingly a cop. As I mentioned before, the majority of the police and soldier force of this place are in fact fire genasi. So she is a soldier. She's disguised as a guard. She comes over and she's like, "Hey, let's break this up." You can tell that these guys are definitely 100% ready to throw down with a guard. This is their domain, essentially. They can, as we've established before, Purgatory has multiple entrances and exits, and you can pretty much end up anywhere you want. It's kind of like its own demi-plane. And these guys are 100% ready to throw down with some random guard from someplace they don't even know where the hell they are.
No.
So, already Fiona's throwing fists. Roll initiative.
Who?
All of you. Roll initiative. Okay, we got a 15 and 8. That works out. Or sorry, it would be 16 and a 9. Because they get a +1.
That doesn't seem good.
Not for you.
Oh no, just give Fox the face. Get it done and over.
Okay, wait, there it is. Okay, we got Hippolyta, who rolled a 10, and we've got Nia, who rolled an 11. Dang.
Didn't I roll 11 as well?
Oh, okay, you both got an 11. If you want to, like, just choose who you got for who wants to go first, that's totally fine.
Elanor, you can go first, because I have to walk over to where you guys are.
Okay.
Goodness. Oh no.
So immediately right out of the gate, Fiona jumps up, grabs her battle axe, and she just wallops you right in the face, Elanor, for a flat 2 damage. Yeah. Oh, you like that? Should have known y'all were dirty.
Dirty. You didn't look like you took a bath for like weeks.
It's called an acquired scent. Thank you.
Sure.
So now it would be one of your two's turn. I believe Elanor. What's your move? As you do this, by the way, I should mention, a bunch of skeletons begin rushing back and forth. If you're not careful, they will slam into you in this crowded bar. And if you do anything that accidentally injures any of the skeletons, they will aggro on you.
What does that mean?
Fun.
It means that they'll start attacking you if you accidentally harm any of the skeletons.
Oh no. Mm-mm. This turn happened too quick. Man.
So we've got Fiona and Shrek.
Shrek.
Yep. Spelled Shrec.
Oh. At least it's not a K.
Yeah.
That
He's
was
different, I
nice.
swear.
Funny ones.
Swamp.
I have nothing I'm gonna do.
You could just hit him with your mace.
Oh yeah.
Are we trying to kill? What is the end goal? Are we trying to knock them out, or are we trying to kill them, or what is?
That's up to you.
I was talking about.
If you want to take them in for questioning about the Monarch's venom.
Okay. Elanor, do you want to sleep like spell?
You could just. I should also mention. You could just do non-lethal damage, which is totally a thing you can do.
Yeah, Elanor, do you have a sleep like spell that puts people to sleep or makes them unable to move or something?
Nope, I have nothing. I literally
You have a rope.
I have no rope. I only have a dagger.
Okay, fine. So if you want to keep one of them occupied, I can hit the other with sleep.
This might be a horrible thing to use, but dancing lights, because that's actually a distraction.
You could try and stun them for a second using dancing lights. I'd say that would be a creative enough use of the spell where it's whatever.
Glenn,
finally.
How close am I to the whole kerfuffle?
Can I shine it in their eyes?
You are about 30 feet across the room.
Can I shine it in their eyes if I can?
You can shove the dancing lights in their eyes and just kind of like
hold on.
blind them.
Blind them, please.
Declan, another quick question. If they're close together, can I cast sleep on both of them if I hit both of their AC?
Sure.
Okay. Great. Okay. So now I'm doing my turn again.
My
Elanor,
heart is racing.
Are you done there, Elanor?
One. Why?
Ooh. Natural? Yeah, natural. Okay. What were you trying to do? You try to shove it in their face, but her huge, like, half ogre hand just snatches up your wimpy elven wrist and just like holds it back, and you begin to it begins to shine into your eyes a bit, and you will be stunned on your next turn as they turn your lights back against you. While you're blinding yourself.
Doing ogre mind. Don't you have a brain somewhere else?
Don't need no brain when I'm this strong. You tell him, shish! Shrek pipes up. So, feel free to... Whose turn is it now?
This already happened.
It's fine.
Okay,
so mine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so which one has Elanor? It's Fiona, right?
it is Fiona that has Elanor grappled.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
and basically
So
blinding me.
I'm going to cast sleep. First, I'm gonna kind of angle myself so it first hits Fiona, and if I have any left over, then it will hit Shrek. If that
I
Okay.
just love the chaos
We're
that's
good with that?
happening right now.
You
Okay.
can try, yeah.
33.
33. That is not going to be enough to deplete all of Fiona's health. She begins to wobble on her feet for a second, but then snaps back out of it. Oi! Another little elf's trying to mess with us. And she is going to snap right out of it in no big deal.
Continue blinding me.
Yeah, she's gonna keep blinding you. I'm gonna say that if you can like take your action to just dismiss the spell, and you'll be fine on your next turn, or you can try to fight back and keep giving it another attempt to blind her. It is now whose turn is it? It is now
Does it?
Hippolyta's turn.
Yeah.
Rogan is currently trying to signal for help as Hippolyta is totally done with this as she lifts up her massive greatsword and swings it around and tries to bang like the blunt end of the greatsword into the side of Fiona's skull. Gonna be a roll. D20 plus 2. That is a 12. That's not going to be enough to hit.
Oh, no.
Fiona ducks under the blunt of the blade as she makes a wide swing and just barely swooshes over the head of Fiona. Next turn is going to be Shrek. Shrek lifts up this massive maul. It's pretty much just a stick of iron at the end with like a huge clump of like ore, and he strikes it on the table and basically just crushes it, and it ignites, and then he's going to try and bash it just by thrusting it into Hippolyta with the flaming end first. We'll see if that
Please hope she doesn't get hurt.
D20 plus 2.
Oh, please.
That's a 12. That is thankfully not enough to beat Hippolyta's AC. As she makes her wide swing, the maul comes down at her, and she just barely dodges out of the way as flames begin to harmlessly fizzle out across her skin as they just barely touch her. It is now once again going to be Fiona's turn. Actually, yeah. So we're going to roll as skeleton waiters rush back and forth, totally accustomed to the bar fights. She is going to now pick up her battle axe and two-hand it as she swings down with a 10 and just barely, well, I wouldn't say she barely misses, but her hands begin to crackle with electric energy as she takes too shallow of a swipe. Actually, she'd only be able to use one hand because she's currently subduing you, Elanor. And she takes too shallow of a swipe as she just dodges out of the way once again of Hippolyta. Next turn is going to be Elanor herself. You can dismiss your spell and get rid of the blinded effect, or you can try and persevere through it and get yourself free.
Can I actually do I actually have one
You have one hand free, yes.
hand?
With
How many
that,
turns do I have?
you have one turn.
Shoot.
With that, I could say you can make an attack with one of your weapons, but it will be if it's against anyone other than Fiona, it will be with disadvantage, and you run the risk of hurting one of your allies, seeing how close this combat is and how you are currently blinded. And
How big
I'm
is
also
Fiona?
going to give you disadvantage on hitting Fiona because you
Oh.
are currently blinded.
Shoot.
What was the question?
How big is Fiona?
Fiona's
Exactly.
like 7 feet tall. She still counts as a medium creature, but she's huge because she's half ogre.
Compared to her.
Your strength score is a
0.
your strength is no, that's wrong. Is a 14. Yeah, you have a +2. So you are stronger than the average person. 10 would be average. you are certainly a little heftier when it comes to like just caving people's faces in.
Can I actually spell?
You can take an action to yes. You know what? I'd say that would be a bonus action. You can take a bonus action, and then you still have your action to dismiss the spell, and then you are unblinded. However, you would still be grappled by that one arm, and you can't do anything with that arm.
Can I grab my dagger and try to stab her?
Yeah, you if you would like to stab her in like the forearm
head?
or whatever
Oh,
with your
yeah.
dagger, totally.
Keep forgetting. I think she's the same size as me for some
She's like way taller than you. I think your character is how tall is your character?
reason. 5'10".
So your character's like a foot and a half, maybe two and a half feet smaller than this huge, massive half ogre woman, as she is fully ready to bash your head in with an axe. If you'd like to try and get out of her grasp, maybe get yourself a bit of a chance by just stabbing her with your dagger, you can totally do that.
Yeah, I rolled and I got a 13.
That is just enough to beat her AC. You take your dagger and you drive it into your forearm with all the power of the Blade Maiden herself, and you can see your blade doesn't go all the way through her like girthy half ogre arm, but you can see on the other side of her arm the flesh begins to rise a little bit, not quite being cut through by the blade, but definitely being stretched as it begins to push further. And you can see just the tip of your blade sort of making a bump on the other side of her arm as she screams out in abject horror and pain. It is now Nia's turn. Oh wait, I forgot. Roll damage first. That's a D4, I believe. Yeah, you get a D4 plus 2.
5.
5. That is 5 damage as you drive your dagger into her arm. It is now Nia's turn. Yeah.
Misread my spell, so I get 2 more D8. So I'm gonna try to do the same thing.
Okay.
32. Still
32. Once again, she's sleepy but not out.
Yeah. Nice.
Maybe damage them a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna be. Sleep is basically just Pokemon logic. That's exactly what sleep is. The more you damage them, the higher. Well, you kind of have to some degree. How much damage is your max damage with that spell, by the way?
It's sleep. So.
I don't know why, but scenes like this just make my heart race.
So, huh?
I'll go whack from next time. Okay, next person.
So next person after you would be Hippolyta. The half fire something that you don't know what raises her greatsword again, and this time instead of taking the long, like huge brutish swipe, she like raises it above her head and tries to butt Fiona over the head with like the pommel of her greatsword, letting the full weight of the blade sink down on her. That's going to be a roll D20 plus 2. That's a 12. She just barely misses the head of Fiona and brings her blade down on her shoulder as the butt just harmlessly sinks into the muscle and fat of her shoulder. Next up, it would be Shrek. Shrek takes his massive maul, and this time, once again, instead of going for Hippolyta, he's going to wind up and take a massive, like, golf swing up at Elanor.
No. I'm being targeted today.
He gets a natural 1, and as he, like, brings his maul back and, like, chucks it up, it goes flying in an arc as it leaves his hands and smashes into a poor skeleton waiter that is reduced to a pile of bones. And as he does that, the entire bar goes silent. Previously uncaring towards your little brawl, which seems to be a daily occurrence here. However, as every empty skeleton eye socket begins to, with infernal rage and almost apathy, gaze towards Shrek, and they don't turn their bodies, they just turn their heads. And some of the skeletons that are currently facing the other way, their skulls turn a full 360 degrees to gaze empty eye sockets into his soul. And he is going to get aggro by all of the skeletons. So if you I believe it is now Fiona's turn again. Fiona sees what's happening, and she is going to tell her she's going to start running away with her brother. They're going to try and book it. They're going to take the disengage action, which means that you do not get an attack of opportunity as they run away. If you guys, I believe it's Eleanor's turn as they are starting to run away.
Hopefully, my dagger actually out of her arm because
You roll sleight of hand. Actually, actually, sorry. I was gonna say if you had the moss attached to the dagger, you would have had advantage, but
yeah, that was only my.
Yeah.
That's a regular D20, right?
Yep.
16.
16. Yeah. You with a flick of your blade, you withdraw the dagger from her arm, which is now spurting blood at an unholy degree. If she gets through that door, and you if she gets through that door, she's going to be in a completely different place, and you will be, and if you follow her, you will be God knows how long away from Merida, probably across an ocean. So you guys are probably going to want to stop her before she can exit that door. Otherwise, she's lost.
Oh no.
So, Nia, your turn.
So, can I move then cast the spell?
You can move, yes, and then cast the spell. If you want to chase
Can I
after.
move and fire my bow?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna fire my bow. My spell hasn't been giving me much luck.
You can
That is
definitely.
a 9.
That does not hit. You pull back a arrow and loose it into the crowd of people just barely missing anyone. Actually, make another roll for me, just with your bow.
Another bow attack?
Yeah.
You said if they run out that door, they're going to be somewhere
That's
totally
a
different.
26.
That's a 29. You
26.
as it may have missed Fiona, but you have taken such caution in your shot that as it whiffs past her, almost as if you put most of your attention into just not hitting anyone, it does not hit any of the skeletons or the patrons. Next up is ya boy, Hippolyta, who is going to, in a massive gallop, she is going to take these huge strides and take one huge leap and try and slam her great sword down the blunt end on top of Fiona. Let's see here. Roll d20 plus 2. That is a natural 1. As she slams down her greatsword, it slips out of her hands and whiffs past Fiona, and once again impales a skeleton, cracking vertebrae, and all of the skeletons that were previously looking at Shrek begin to turn their heads, and once again, their empty, soulless, undead eye sockets towards Hippolyta. And for what's his name? For Shrek's turn, he's going to get up, looks at his mace for a second, then looks to the skeletons, and then's going to take a dash action and just book it. He is, as a wave of skeletons begins to congeal and assimilate into a mass of bone and sinew, as they begin to draw on whatever minor animal life may be inhabiting this bar, picking up rats and mice in their large form and beginning to use it to glue them together in a macabre collection, not unlike the massive arms that mans the front desk of the inn. And he is going to also book it. He is not going to take the disengage action. He's going to take the dash action. So if either of you want to get an opportunity attack, that is perfectly fine. Which basically means that as he passes by you, you can make an attack with a weapon of your choice. I'm pretty sure you can't. No, yeah, you can probably use a spell.
Who are we attacking? Sorry.
Shrek, as he tries to run away.
Would that be a ranged or up close attack?
That would be either or.
Oh.
You can do whatever.
I have +7 to both my attacks, Elanor. So do you want to attack him or do you want me to?
You can both attack. You both get to attack.
Okay.
Since he's running away from both of you.
And I've moved to the door, so can I grab my scimitar and try to slash him kind of at the shin level?
Okay, you can try and kneecap him, sure.
Yeah.
Go for it.
That is a 23.
That's a 23. Yeah, that beats it. Roll damage.
That would be a 10.
That's a 10. You take out your scimitar and winding up, you drive it, and it gets lodged halfway in his leg, and you can tell it's right in between the joint in his kneecap that makes his leg bend to run. And as he tries to run, he screams in horror as the momentum still carries him forward, but the blade drags out of his leg, and you can hear him scream and grunt in pain as he begins to run out the door. Next up is Elanor. You can roll what you want to do.
Time flies by.
This is still the attack of opportunity.
Okay, I'm tempting to use another cantrip, but I'm also tempting a different level.
You could do a cantrip because it's free.
Yeah. Flame.
Sacred Flame's a good choice. Yeah. So it's a DC 13 saving throw for him. He's going to roll that.
I'm literally I'm now.
That he got a 5, which is probably hindered. As he stumbles forward, he's not exactly very dexterous in the moment, and you throw a ball of luminous lunar light that manifests in this beautiful white fire. This lily white flame soars through the air and scorches his back, enveloping him in a blanket of searing hot white flame, and he is going to take 1d8 damage.
I have to roll
Yes.
I am now bad.
You're doing a good job.
First we're just asking for stuff, and now look what it turned into. What was it?
D8. No benefit.
2.
2, so he takes 2 damage. So, I believe
have
it is
healed.
now Hippolyta's turn as she turns back and sees the flood of just bodies being twisted together as bone and sinew keeps them strung together, and it's a wave. It is a wave of bodies that begins to flood through the bar and it's right on your heels. It doesn't matter who's in front of it, it's going to plow through them just to get to these two people. So if you guys want to run away, that's a good idea. And Hippolyta sees this and begins to run away, grabs her greatsword from the crowd, hefts it over her shoulder, and just begins galloping out. And specifically, she's gonna see if she can try and take out Fiona on her way. And as she runs up beside her, she's going to take a slash at her kneecaps. This not specifically to kill her, but non-lethal, just to incapacitate her. D20 plus 2.
Where is our
9,
other
she
group?
misses. Rogan is already at the door. He is so done with all of this. He's a nervous wreck, and he is so done with anything that has to do with the supernatural or undeath that he is just right at the door. He got his tiefling butt out of there. Actually, as he sees this, he debates, guys, I can stop him from getting out, but it's also going to stop us from getting out.
Oh, no.
From the main door or all doors?
From the main door.
And follow-up question. Because both Hippolyta and Fiona are no longer in the bar, will the wave stop?
Hippolyta and Fiona are still in the bar. They haven't made it to the door yet.
Oh. Never mind.
Bar.
And Rogan's ahead of them, and he's like, guys, should I... Basically what he's asking here is he can do something magical that will stop you all from exiting. However, this is a giant flood of skeletons that is combing the bar, and it is on its way to you. Like, it's maybe... You have, like, one turn of standing still to be able to do whatever you need to do, and then you're out of there.
What's the ground made of?
The ground it's cobbles. It's like old crypt cobbles, like that of like the crypts in Paris.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so Elanor, if we go back to where my cat is at the table, because I don't want to leave my cat, I can use rolled earth and make a cocoon around us, therefore protecting us. Get Rogan out. Do we still have the breakout room with Hippolyta?
Huh?
The breakout room in our mind.
Yes, you can still talk with Hippolyta. You can still talk with the whole group. You can talk with all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have Rogan cast the spell. Me, Hippolyta, Elanor, and Willow all go back to our table because you said it was in a corner last time. I remember that. And so then I can make a cocoon around us so we are safe from the skeleton. Because can they break through stone? Probably not, right?
They are going to try as hard as they can to, though, is the problem.
Oh.
We can dig a tunnel out.
You can
in the cocoon.
Yes. So you can definitely do that. If you can, know what? If all of you roll a successful dexterity check, I'm gonna say acrobatics, you can do that.
Also,
so I'm gonna roll for Hippolyta real quick. You tell her in your mental breakout room. How do you tell her?
Get back to the table, and we'll be fine.
What? They'll escape.
No, Rogan's gonna take care of that. Get back to the table.
She scoffs mental. You can like hear her scoffing. It's like the most passive aggressive thing. It's not even like the slightly concealed like scoffing. It's like she is purposefully letting you know through this mental psychic communication that she is scoffing. And she takes a quick turn and she's gonna run straight for the table.
Okay, we're good. Okay, so let's all roll, I guess.
She gets a 21,
I
so
got a
she's gonna make
22.
it. 22 makes it.
Rolling.
Oh,
I'm trying to roll as fast. I got
9. Elanor begins to fall behind as the wave of skeletons
no.
get closer. Rogan quickly, with a snap of his fingers, casts a certain spell that you don't know that seemingly leaves like a rune seared into the door, and you can tell just from like a cursory glance that it's some sort of locking spell, and he is
he's
going
out though,
to
right?
hit. Huh?
He's
He's not
out,
out.
right?
All of you are still inside the bar.
I thought he
He's
was
right by.
out.
He's right by the door. Oh, whoops.
Oh.
It's too bad now. He's already done this. 9. He also begins to lag behind as the wave of skeletons roll up to you, and I'm gonna roll for both Fiona and Shrek. Plus nothing actually. They're just normal. 13. They begin to book it to the door, but as they get there, they begin banging on the door, and they can't break it down.
Okay, fun.
So, Elanor, if you would like to make one final acrobatics check to fling yourself onto the table just to be able to barely clear enough room to make it, you can do that.
Oh. Oh.
No, no.
I don't want to leave Rogan.
No. Do I have anything? Hold on.
Please. Please grab Rogan.
Rogan is still outside, and if you put up the earth mound now, he will be absorbed by the skeleton.
That's not what we want.
However, so will Fiona and what's his name?
Shrek.
Shrek.
Okay. Wait. So the wave is what?
The wave is just a solid mass of skeletons that will
thought it was
destroy and
mud.
crush anything it comes in contact with.
Okay.
I know if I don't do this, I will
Until what it
die.
needs is contained, which is defeated, which is Hippolyta and Shrek.
Can Rogan get out on his own? Like, does he have a spell that would help him get out? Why didn't he split out and then cast the spell? That's not a very smart move on his part.
Could you repeat that?
Why didn't he split out then cast the spell?
Rogan is a nervous wreck, and he didn't think that far ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I made the mistake of describing it as multiple doors earlier.
There's only one.
It's just one door that it'll lead you back out of whichever door you came in. So if he was outside and locked it, it just would have mean no one could enter from that point in Merida.
Okay.
I'm thinking. I'm just as a nervous wreck as he is right now.
Yeah, so can he cast another spell because of the door one? Is that a concentration spell, or is that once it's cast, it's cast?
It is a concentration spell.
Of course it is. That would be too easy if it wasn't now, wouldn't it?
So if he loses concentration, it will break the lock spell. However, obviously, if he gets consumed, so will the people you're trying to keep him.
How much damage will he take if he gets absorbed?
You cannot tell.
Yeah, of course not. This is all gonna get cut out, right?
Huh?
Is this all gonna get cut out? Because if not,
I
it'll be really long.
I cut out whatever I get bored.
Oh, so you're bored at this point, I'm assuming?
I'm not paying attention. I'll figure out if I'm bored when I actually watch it through.
Okay. Great. Okay.
I'm looking
Elanor,
through like time magic in D&D. I'm looking through cool small teleportation spells like Misty Step and Thunder Step. I'm not paying attention to what's going on.
Okay. Okay. So never mind. So the mold earth, that's a once it's cast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So could I cast Mold Earth, then Minor Illusion as Hippolyta going the other way, away from Rogan. And are the skeletons dumb enough to fall for that?
Actually, yes, you could do that. You could create a minor illusion of Hippolyta, and they wouldn't know the difference, as they aren't really skeletons in this world. They just follow orders. They're essentially coded. They do what they're told, and they don't distinguish what is normal, like reason.
Okay, beautiful. So Elanor, roll a good acrobatics, because if not, you're screwed.
I know I am.
Okay?
I'm sorry. I already know I'm gonna be 6 feet in the grave. I think it's regular D20 because I don't think I have any acrobatics. 5?
You're screwed. Okay. Okay.
Elanor just barely comes short of flinging herself onto the table, and the only ones in the table at the time are you and Hippolyta. You will be the only ones that remain unharmed.
Is she within 5 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay, no, she's fine then.
The way the Mold Earth spell is, or at least the way you want to use it, is it's a 5-foot dome around you. You and Hippolyta are huddled up together at 5 feet in this 5 feet table. However, she is farther than 5 feet away of the radius of you guys. She's like 5 feet away, but she wouldn't be within the 5 feet square surrounding you guys.
Damn it, Elanor.
I'm gonna die in a hippie.
You guys are gonna die in a bar. No, I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay.
So you fling yourself onto the table dramatically, and you just barely come short as your friends are enveloped in the earth, and you look back at Rogan, who has fear in his eyes as he's enveloped by the skeletons.
No, I was gonna cast Minor Illusion. No.
Sure, fuck it. Give it a shot.
So if we have a rectangle of a bar, me and Hippolyta are in the top left-hand corner. Let's say, right? Shrek and Fiona were give or take in the middle, or were they in the other corner?
They were in the middle.
Okay. So the skeleton mass is moving from the right side to the left side, correct?
Yes.
So if I can cast the spell in the upper right-hand corner, would that make them do a 180?
They would still be heading. Okay, so Rogan's at the door, which is at the very north middle. So if you did that, Rogan would still be absorbed.
Right. Is the damage like continuous when they're in it, or is it once they get hit, that's all the damage they get?
It's continuous once they're in, if they're the target. If they're just some random person, then no, it's not continuous. Elanor would also be saved, though, because she's in the top left.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Do I have a sense of how many hit points Rogan has?
Rogan is a warlock, so you can tell that he's he's pretty flimsy.
Yeah. No. Okay, so Elanor.
Can I just really quickly say how I would have handled this situation? Like from the very beginning? Oh, wait.
Later.
Okay, Elanor, if you can get yourself ready with a healing spell, that would be greatly appreciated. So we're going to cast Minor Illusion in the upper right-hand corner of the bar, making Elanor be saved, Rogan getting engulfed. Elanor will then take her healing spell, which she is getting ready currently, go heal him up. He will hopefully be fine. Me and Hippolyta are going to dig a tunnel out. Then I will dig a tunnel out. Hippolyta will then exit the bar. She will be completely fine with my cat. My cat's getting out of there. And then I will figure out what to do after that.
So, in a gust of a late night breeze manifests the visage of fog and smoke, and appears the spitting image of Hippolyta just standing in the top right corner. The very objective, factual brains of the skeletons see, okay, this is the target we're looking for. They turn around start to swarm. However, they still absorb Rogan and hit him with the blunt force of their full bodies. You can see as the cobbles are being torn up below them, that is how powerful this is. And you can see as both Fiona and Trek are absorbed, they are completely annihilated. And you can see as Rogan, the squishy Rogan, is being absorbed, something happens. And Rogan, you can hear the mental scream over the breakout room, and then nothing. And then it's blank, and then you can hear the doot-doot of like Rogan disconnecting. And all of you disconnect from each other, from your mental.
Okay. Great.
And,
Elanor, do
yeah.
you want to get over there, please? Thank you.
Yes,
Sorry,
I'm
is
on
Rogan
there.
out of the swarm? Like, have they moved enough away that he is out?
He has been absorbed into the mass of skeletons.
Oh,
so you're gonna have to.
Also, it's not kind of like we are passing through. Once we're gone, though, you're spit back out.
It's kind of like you're buried under the rubble.
Is it to the point where if I mold earth enough times, I can kind of dig a tunnel to where he is?
You can start to tunnel over. Actually, Elanor is not even absorbed in the actual mess of things.
Yeah. Okay. So, Elanor, new plan.
Yeah.
Can you just get as far away from the mass as you can?
I mean,
She's 5 feet from you guys.
5
Yeah.
feet. Okay. So,
I'm far away
Down the dome if you need.
okay. So, so can I theoretically, how thick are the walls?
Huh?
How thick are the walls?
I'd say the walls are like, I don't know, 2-3 inches thick.
Okay, so can I tunnel down, tunnel up, have Hippolyta exit? She is fine. She is no longer in the purgatory bar. Then, how much movement and magic do I have to get closer to Elanor, bringing her down into the tunnel with me, because then she can get out? How much can I do of that?
Wait, did you say you wanted to get her out, like, out of the bar from there?
Yeah.
If you try to, like, tunnel underneath the wall, there's nothing on the other side of that wall.
No, of course not. That'd be
It's just, as you look down and you tunnel through, you look down and it is infinite darkness. This bar is its own demi-plane in an ocean of nothing.
Okay, new plan. Have you seen the Czech cartoon The Mole?
No.
Okay, so basically he like goes just below the surface so you can see the dome like above him.
Oh, that's just Bugs Bunny. Oh yeah, I know that.
Can I do that?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do that. We're all heading over to Elanor, and then we're gonna get Rogan, and then we're all gonna be fine. Elanor, you still have your save the dying or whatever spell, right?
Yeah, but
Had
I
a
have to
cantrip?
touch.
Yeah,
I
no,
have to
I know.
touch
We're getting over there. We're gonna get over there. Okay, so I think that is our best course of action. I think. Elanor,
D20.
would you agree with me there, right, Elanor? Oh my. Okay, sorry.
I fully.
I saw someone was sleeping and I had a small heart attack.
Elanor is fully okay, except for obviously a little bit of a strained wrist and totally face planting.
So yeah, so if I take the tunnel, if I take the little rock cocoon I have over me and Hippolyta, we will start moving towards Elanor, and can it engulf her so she is safe if she just comes in with us and we have our own little Trojan horse-esque thing?
Yes, Troy the horse. Yes, you have
Troy
that.
the horse.
Okay. You can keep doing that. I'm not going to make you roll for every turn because that's going to be annoying and like going through how far you make it each turn. But needless to say, you make it over to Rogan, or where Rogan was, and as you open up above obviously a few skeletons, just a few skulls like roll in, different bones. However, significantly less than you planned, as there is a giant like opening in where Rogan used to be, and the door of the tavern has been torn off by something, and you don't know what. But Rogan is now completely missing.
Okay. So can we see the outside? If the door is gone, can we see the outside?
Yes, you can see the outside. Would you like to crawl out?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get out. Trick and
Can I
Fiona
now
also get
explain to
out,
them the
and
right
or
way
the
to handle that
skeleton.
situation?
1 second.
Hold on, we're
I've
not
got
done
a little bit of a thing to explain to you. As you step out from the bones and the carnage, and you look back as the bones begin to withdraw, taking like tables and people and corpses with them. You step out, and just barely peeking their head in is your old friend, the
yet.
elf.
Oh,
The only other survivor from your town has found her way to Merida.
of course, of course, of course. Okay,
Hey, Nia.
we love that.
How's it going? And just like that, we're going to transition over to the guys.
Now, excuse me, I have to mute myself.
Yeah. Anyway, so now we're in the war room with the war guy, the military
Yeah.
guy, and it's the three of us and him, and I guess some other people, potentially a
With
mage.
the-
Okay.
We're making a plan. So basically, I'll explain it to Zen because he's my buddy. Zen,
Oh
Josh,
no.
because Zen and Josh were technically there, but I doubt they're listening. So Zen and Josh, we've decided we're gonna make a plan. We're gonna help their military. We're actually gonna do our job for once. And we're gonna set up an ambush site where we're gonna have an open party. We're all gonna pretend that we're mages to attract some attention from whoever is going out killing the mages. And then we're gonna split up into small groups. And we're gonna protect the different mages in those small groups. And then we're gonna see if we can get to the bottom of this. That's the plan I came up
Awesome.
with in that time
Okay.
I was, by the way, Declan.
Awesome.
Things
So-
so bright.
You all right,
I
Chris?
okay, so I just changed my lights. Yeah, I changed my lights for and now everything's so bright, even my screen.
Oof.
So I think this is going to be the final
I'm gonna
switch
die.
here before we end the session.
Yeah. Then we can play Omegle
Okay.
or do Omegle or play.
Whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
So all of you gather in the war room, and you begin to plot
Hello?
out what the best diddly darn place is to hold a birthday party for this mage who is definitely not their birthday. Okay, so what do we want to do for this party? I feel like that's the most important part of this plan. We got to make it convincing.
Well, who here knows any amount of like basic cantrips or like first level spells?
I'm not sure how that's going to help with the party preparations.
Well,
Are we thinking pizza, or are we thinking like a steakhouse or like a beer garden? Like we've got to like pick like the perfect place for this. It has to be convincing.
I think mages would have pizza because of their hats.
Okay, I like it. Which pizza place? We've got Papa Jove's, and then
Hi.
Welcome back.
we've got Pizza Temple.
No Pizza Hut. Is there? I feel like Pizza Hut would exist because there's definitely
Oh,
huts.
This is
What?
Pizza Temple. I don't know what back alley place is called Pizza Hut.
What?
Sounds like a
my God.
four-person place. Anyways, so it's Papa Jove's, or it's Pizza Temple.
I say Pizza Temple because no one out pizzas the
Papa
temple.
Joe.
I like.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Pizza Temple.
Did you just come up with that? That's like a perfect tagline. You should see if you can get paid for that. You should like propose that.
I have a
I
funny
don't
story
know
about
why. I
real
just see
life
that. I
later,
just see
but-
that getting picked up like really easy. Anyways, let's go over to Pizza Temple.
All right. There's about 10 of us, I'm assuming.
Casual. Keep it unassuming. Perfect.
Me lagging, or is it you guys?
It's you.
It's you. I'm sorry.
I don't know if you heard that. Anyways, we'll just continue. I don't really. We can just pretend he's here. He doesn't actually have to do anything. I can do all the work. I can pull our weight.
So, what we're gonna do here is I'd like you to meet the mage, and coming over in a like they are heavily cloaked. Their figure is heavily obscured, and you can see as their cloak drags behind them like an insane amount. Like it goes back like a full 20 feet as their cloak billows back in the wind. It is an insanely long cloak, and they are all buttoned up. And as they stand still, their cloak continues to bellow. This is our one of our last remaining mages. Hessarizod. She will be the mage that we are defending and will be the bait, essentially. No offense, Hessa. And Hessa like hisses out, "It is no problem." And they uncloak themselves and their cloak falls back to reveal that they are a full-on sphinx.
A sphinx. I
Like,
was thinking a snake person, but a sphinx. Yeah, that's just as
they
weird.
are just a full-on sphinx. She is covered in jewelry, just like head to toe, golden jewels, and she is the mage, or one of the last remaining mages of Odyssea. So, I'm gonna say we can end it off here because it is getting close to 10, and we can get into semantics of all of this next session,
Aww.
which is
All
going to
right.
be soon.
Anyways,
Um,
bye.
ah!